So this is I think the third or the fourth tutorial for this game. Hopefully this one stays up to date longer. About a week after I released the last one, a bunch of massive skips got found. But yeah, so we'll go through the settings that you need to have first, and then we'll go through each level. So in the options, under general options, I recommend running under 640 by 480, but it's not a requirement. You can run under whatever you want. I just find it runs better in that old resolution, because you can go all the way up to what you have, but we don't want to do that. We want to stay here. One of the important things is you need to have dialogue voice off. The reason is your dialogue options are also voice acted. It's not just the other person, and the voice acting on their side doesn't matter because it takes just as long without voices on or off. But if you have voice off, your choices are instant. So that's why we have that off. Dialogue text is obviously on, and that's all we need on this one really. Now, as you can hear, this is extremely loud right now, so we'll go do this straight away. When you start the game, it will always reset. You need to make sure turn that shit down, there or there. Like 1 or 2 is what I normally have it on. Very important you do that because it's really, really loud and it resets every single time. I mean, it's up to you, but I would recommend it. Music needs to be disabled. Every time you do a sequence break of any kind, like a skip or just like skipping a conversation, the music will go in an endless loop of one single note that it was currently on, and the only way to stop that is by going into the options, turning the music off and on again. And yeah, unless you want to have like your entire run, you need to turn music off. Right. On the performance options, full map. Full map is used because if you deactivate that, there's certain objects which are not spawned in. Like at the very beginning, there's a table, and it normally has a bunch of chairs around it, meaning you have to like take a little wider angle. If you just turn full map off, they don't spawn. So we always run with full map off. And that is all the settings. Keybinds, you're gonna have to choose your own. All of them are viable. Keyboard and mouse is probably the worst. I use that. I wouldn't really recommend it because you have to keep the mouse perfectly still. You can go pure keyboard, or you can even use a controller. Like somehow PlayStation 5 controllers, PlayStation 4 controllers, everything works. It's weird, but yeah. So all 3 of them are viable. Just pick one, set up your control scheme how you want, and stick with it. So yeah. So that's basically it. There's not much to do on the menus and stuff. I will explain about the FPS before we start as well. So if you hit backspace in the game and type in FPS, it will show you your FPS. You need to set this up beforehand, because if you ever hit backspace, it opens the console basically, and if you open that during a run, your run is automatically invalid. So you need to set this up beforehand. You need to be running at between 30 and 25 FPS. You can see I'm lower than that, but for the tutorial this will do. But I would never be running the game like this on when I'm actually doing run attempts or even practice. So the way you can get your FPS up is by restarting your PC. So you need to restart your PC before you do any runs really, or you play the game, and you should be up there at like 29.99 or something, or like 28 is okay. Below 25, it gets like really choppy and hard to play. So this is going to be kind of a bit clunky, but for now it's fine. I'm not going to be doing all the tutorial in one go, so I only have time to do like the first level today, so I'm fine with playing at 21 for that. But yeah, so the first level is probably the most optimized that we've got currently. It all relies on one trick really though. So okay, so let's go into level 1. So once you hit start, we want to split on this cutscene, because the first frame here is where you meant to start splitting. But if you split on the cutscene, it will skip the cutscene and it will start exactly on that frame. So that's like the best part. That's to make sure you don't start splitting early. So here the chairs would be spawned. This table if we didn't turn full map on. So here we're gonna force push a lot. The reason we force push is because it doesn't lock you into an animation. The lightsaber will lock you into an animation, and it will mean you'll move very, very slowly. You'll move very, very slowly during that point. So we're just going to be force pushing. until we get infinite saber glitch, that is. So the infinite saber glitch, I'm going to explain it now, is when you're falling off a ledge and you swing your saber and you do not complete the swing, it will activate infinite saber glitch. And all that means is the hitbox for the saber damage is permanently on, meaning you can just bump into something and they will take the damage and die. So that's what we mainly use, but we also use force push in certain situations. Because you can kill things with force push. If you push if you like push a droid or even a person against an object, most of the time they will die from that. The thing with infinite saber glitch is if you swing your saber, it will deactivate and you need to do another one. Or if you reload, or if you finish the level. Other than that, you can put your saber away, you can switch weapons, and you'll have it. Another thing you have to be careful, you can kill your allies with infinite saber glitch. Other than Padme, who is like god tier and is immune to it, everyone else can be killed by it. So you have to be a bit careful with it, if you know you have to run up to an ally. So let's just get into it. Okay, so here we're just going to run forward. We're going to push these droids here. And now we're going to go into this room to the right and push the droid there, killing him. We're going to push the button, come out of here, and instantly force push this dude. If you miss him, ignore him. If you miss him, ignore him, because when you push a droid down, they will have a small window where they will not attack, and then they will just stay sat on the ground and shoot. If you miss him and then go for a second push, he will be in a spot and be like a little turret shooting at you the entire time. He'll be in a bad spot, so just ignore him if you miss him. But if you get him, cool. So now here, while you're waiting for that to go down, you cut that one and push him. Now you go there and you go around. So this is where we're going to get one of the infinite saber glitches. There's 3 chances to get it on this level, so it's fine if you miss it. So here we just swing and go. So I don't have it, so that's fine. But that's how it works. We'll get it in a later point, don't worry. Now I think I may have just messed up by spinning there because I think there's a cycle that I'm going to miss. No, we're fine. Okay, we go through here. We turn around here, turn around here, turn around here. Push this button. Turn around. Now we're going to push this droid back. Push this button. Push this droid again to like get past him again. And here's the next point for infinite saber glitch. We swing here. And here we've got it. You see we've got this trail? We can just break droids now by walking into them. And we drop down here. That will be the 3rd point where I just dropped. We go in here, break this. And that's why we want our infinite saber glitch, because we can kill that without having to swing our saber and being stuck in that room for a bit. We push up here, we flip up, push that guy away. You don't really need to. There's no more enemies to fight after this point, so if he's still shooting you, it doesn't matter. So, we are coming up to the hardest trick on this level. I always like to say the run doesn't start until you've got this trick, because I reset here constantly. At the beginning, you don't have to. But, right, so I'm going to show the backup route, okay? This is what you do if you are new and you don't want to have this in your run yet, because you don't need to have all the advanced stuff in straight away. So you just do the intended way. So you push these buttons, you push this. Because, I mean, when we started running this game, we didn't have this trick in anyway. So this is how we used to do it. Push this and we go down. Okay, so if you're not comfortable with it, if you've like been struggling with it at the beginning, don't worry, you can always do that route. It's 100% okay. You can still get a very good time without doing that trick, without doing this trick, so it's fine. So I'm gonna show you how to do the actual trick now. So what we do is you can choose anywhere from here to in line with this thing here. If you go further along here, you can't jump back over it. Okay, so we line up anywhere you want. different people find it's better in different spots. This is very much a feel thing. But what you're going to do is you're going to single backflip, so not a double jump. You're just going to tap jump once while holding back and instantly hold forward. Okay? There we go. Okay? So that is how it works. It is very costly when you mess this up. I'm just going to quick save here. No, that was a bad idea. Okay, I can't show you it now. Okay, it's fine. You can't reload until you hit the floor when you fall. So you have to roll like that. Now, you know you've got a quick time if you can still see Qui-Gon running. Like, if you still see Qui-Gon, who was running past in the cutscene, you know you've got a quick time. But this is the way we go, and we're at the end of this level now. Okay. Now the point we split is when it fades to black. So as soon as it fades to black is when you split on every level. So you would split now. Now is when you would split. Okay. Let me skip the cutscene. And now we are at level 2. Okay, so welcome to level 2, Swamps of Naboo. The first part of this has a bit of a unique mechanic that's only used here. So swimming in this game is incredibly slow. However, if you go from down a ramp into water, you'll have like a boosted swim. If you fall in, if you jump in, you'll always be slow. So this only ever applies here because it's the only place in the run where you go down ramps into water. The rest of the time you'll be jumping in or falling in, and it only applies here at the beginning of the level. So I'll give you a quick demonstration of that. So we'll wait for the level to go into it, for this cutscene to end. So let's just jump in first. You see, I'm swimming really slow, really slow. However, if I go in from here, you see I've instantly got a boost, right? I've instantly got a boost. Right. So what we want to do here... what we want to do here is we want to go forward. We want to boost over to here. Now, if you get too close to this thing, you're going to get caught in like a weird little jumpy thing and you'll get stuck. If that happens, you just have to stop moving, take a step back, and then jump over, okay? But I'm going to show you now how you do it like in one fluid thing. It's really easy, but every now and then you will get caught on that thing. So I thought I would explain that as well. But you do that, and then you jump this, and then you boost to the next one. And that is literally it. That mechanic is relevant for only this bit, but it is quite a large amount of time if you mess it up for that chunk, because it does have a pretty big impact. Now, I'm just going to run through the level now until we get to a point where I need to actually explain something. Because this first bit, we're just going to be running. So just watch where I run. There's nothing really complex to explain here. So yeah, like you can force push these. It's fairly irrelevant though. You just jump that. Then get into the cutscene with Jar Jar. Right. So here we're just gonna go down. You can do a little jump here to slightly speed it up. If you mess it up, it doesn't matter. It's minimal. Okay. So, there's going to be a certain point where I'm going to force push. If I force push, a tree's going to fall down. And if I force push at the right moment, we'll be boosted under the tree. If I do it at the wrong moment, the tree will block me and I have to jump. It's like half a second time loss at most. But it's worth going for because it's entirely free. Because as we know from the first level, force pushing doesn't slow our movement, so you may as well just try and go for it. So I'm gonna show you both. I'm gonna try and show you both. So okay, so we go up here, just run along here, and we force push roughly around here, and there we go. So I got the boost there, right? We're gonna do it again. I'm just gonna mess it up. I'm going to try and mess it up. When I want to mess things up, I normally don't. So we'll push early. There we go. So then we just jump over it. I mean, I really exaggerated that there. I really, really exaggerated that. You don't lose that much time normally. Normally, you're just like already pushing the jump. I over-exaggerated that for demonstrations purposes. It is only like half a second. It's not that much time loss. Okay, so here, the distance we fall from here means we have to roll. That happens automatically. We don't want to roll though, because you get stuck in that animation. You can't turn, you can't do anything. So what we want to do is we want to do a tight jump to the right and have our right foot tap the slope. What that will do is we'll do a minimal little slide and land straight on our feet, because the fall distance isn't as much. We don't want to go too far to the right, because otherwise we'll slide and that's slow. You just want to like just use it to cancel the roll basically. So just want to. So that's slow, right? That's the slow version. Okay, I'll show you again. So off we go. Get the boost. There we go. You see that my foot just tapped it? That's what we want. Okay. There you can jump off as well. I messed it up there. I'm currently playing at 21 FPS. Highly not recommended. I currently don't have too much time, so I'm slotting this in whenever I can. In between stuff, my lunch break, because I'm working from home currently and so on and so forth. So I can't always restart my computer to get the good FPS. So my movement is probably going to be a little bit janky, but it is what it is. My movement isn't what's on display here. This isn't a PB attempt or anything. I'm just showing you how to do the tricks and stuff. Okay, so you want to run in a very specific pattern here, because there's a bunch of creatures. They can't be force pushed out of the way, and they will always run in a very similar pattern as long as you run the same. You want to run this way because then you're only going to have to jump one of them, and the rest will stay out of your way. If you do this, if you turn in too tight, there is going to be a little invisible wall which you'll have to jump over, at which point you're probably going to have to jump over two of them. Not the end of the world, but not nice when it happens. But yeah. So what you want to do is you want to run and you want to start turning. What you do not want to do, we're going to repeat this again. What you do, because I forgot to quick save again. What you do not want to do is wait at that spot explaining stuff like I just did, because then they've already moved. Right, quick save again. That time we jumped. Okay. It's just to spend less time in the water, that jump. Right, so here you run straight away. Turn, and you just run like this. And as you can see, there's only this one at the end we have to jump over. Right, here, we just have to jump around like that. That jump's really hard, but you don't really lose much time if you fail it. Because you'll auto climb out. We'll run around here. You can single jump all of this, so you just single jump up, because single jumps are quicker than double jumps. Now, I like to go over this way and then turn, because then this guy's not going to be in your way. And here you're going to have to wiggle through these invisible walls at the tree. That's a lot harder than it looks, but you could make it, it's fine. And then we jump over here, jump over here, jump over here. Okay, so we're coming to the first, like, hard trick on this level. Okay, so the way it's meant to work is you just run forward. You don't really take any time to set up, and you just get your angle and go. Cool. That's what you're meant to do. Now, you really need to be good at your jump timing, because if you do a double jump where you just spam the jump button, you won't get as much distance as if you wait until you're at the peak of your jump and then let go of it, okay? So what you need to do, this is like the rough angle. You can do it from any angle to be like when you're good, but to begin with, you want to be like coming off of it like, I don't know, just walk up to it like that, then go back. Oh, that's a bad setup. You want to be able to do it in one like walk. There we go. Okay, so then you're going to want to quick save, and then go and then tap, tap. Okay? That's an acceptable setup for it. It's still far quicker than what you're skipping. So, what we're skipping is the correct way of doing this. The correct way of doing this, you just jump straight across. At which point, you speak to Jar Jar, right? have to wait for the dialogue. And then, not only that, not only have to deal with that Jar Jar's dialogue, a stat will spawn, causing other issues. Okay? So that's why we do the skip. So now, I'm just going to show you how to actually practice this. A good way to practice it, without having to reload constantly in between. Because this is less about angle at the end of the day and more about tap timing for your jump, because it's all about the distance. You can like wiggle in the air if you've got the tap timing enough, if you've got the setup wrong, but it's mainly the jumping. So here you want to just tap tap. You see, I didn't have it enough there. So we got it. Now the practice is to go back the way you just came. There we go. And then you do that and repeat. You do that until you are happy that you can do that whenever you want. You just go backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, okay? And then eventually you can work up your way up to the proper way, which is you don't take a break. You see, I came out more of the middle there than the corner, and I still made it. It's just harder because of the tap timing. But yeah, so then what we do is we do another long jump, because we aren't meant to be doing these jumps. We're meant to be using the rope. These jumps are incredibly hard with the stat, because if it shoots you in the air, you're just going to drop. But that's another reason why that skip is better. Okay, so here we're going to cut this corner. Try to jump as little as possible, because in this game, jumping, you lose your momentum, you become slow. That corner is fine to skip like that, because you have to jump over the log either way, so you may as well skip as much distance. This corner, here was do not jump this. It's quicker to run around it than jump around this corner. Okay, so here you want to push this block at a steeper angle as possible. If you push it at a different angle, it may not fall, or you may have to adjust. It's just a bit slower, but it's not the end of the world. Right, so this you're going to pull roughly to about here, roughly. You can leave it a little bit further back, but it's fine. So here, never, ever, ever, if this happens to you, if this happens, right, do not reload. Reloading is slow in this game. Just jump up. The only time you would want to reload in this place is if you jump and you hit the ground too far along that way. I didn't even manage it that time. It's very hard to do, but it can happen. Like here. Okay, it's not happening. Okay, you can die if you fall there. You can die if you fall there. That's the only point you will ever reload in this section here. Other than that, you do not want to be reloading. Okay? So. Nah, I can't die. I can't die. Okay, let's do it properly. So what you want to do is you want to jump as far out this way as you can. Okay. Okay. There we go. What you want to do is jump as far out that way as you can. And then when you get to the rope, hit whatever you've got bound to turn left. So you, like, cut onto it. You do, like, that sort of motion. And you cut onto it, because the rope climbing is slow. So what you want to do is like that. It just means you've got less time on the rope. Okay? So it's that jump motion I showed you, where you just jump diagonally as far along the rope as possible, and then hold left, and you automatically grab it. You need to be a bit careful that you don't hold any other buttons, because you can sometimes flip off again. But yeah, and then you just drop down here. Now, this is the last section. This is the second biggest time loss on the run, other than a reload. Reloading is slow, but this will lose you more time if you mess it up. It's the only thing on this level that will mess up more than one reload. Mess you up more time. So, Jar Jar's going to say he wants to help. He's going to walk forward and get shot like an idiot. He's going to go down. You need to kill every single droid before he stands back up, or you're going to lose more time. You want him to go down once, and once only. I like to force push when I'm running forward at the beginning, just to knock over the first droid that shoots, because those droids walk on a cycle, and I have no idea where they are right now because I've been faffing around showing you on the rope, so I don't know where they are. But I always do it just in case I hit him, because if he goes down and he doesn't start shooting until a bit later, you have more time to kill all the other droids beforehand, and you get a quicker time as well, because if Jar Jar gets behind his waving animation, if he finishes that before he goes down, he will get up and move quicker. I usually go right to left. There's 4 droids which will come out of like a side alleyway. They are the issue. The other ones are never the issue. There's invisible walls over there, so you can't really shoot them in the alleyway. So the order they come out, if they come out nicely, if one gets stuck, you sometimes have to improvise. We're going to do it a few times, so I can show some different scenarios, hopefully. But let's just go for it. So you run around here. You see this, that one droid patrolling around? That's the one that I like to force push. Okay, so as you can see, Jar Jar got his wave off, which is good. But those droids in the back are kind of stuck. That's bad. So we're just going to move to these guys. We're going to say screw that one. Okay. So that went perfectly. That was extremely bad, though. RNG, well, not RNG, but it was a bad, the droids came out badly. That is very bad for a beginner. That would have been a nightmare. Having to adapt like that, where you're like, okay, I'm going to quickly kill these guys, I'm going to get off, I'm going to push this guy. Those are the type of things those are the type of calls you're going to have to figure out yourself. I literally can't show you every scenario, because depending on how quickly you do the level, depends where the droids are, depends on how they're coming out. It's basically random. There's always the odd case where you've messed something up, or you've gone quicker than you expected, and you're on a gold pace. Then they're in a different situation, and you lose all that time. You just have to get with it, like with the adapting on that part. Those 2 crates, you saw a droideka came out. Those droideka will take a few seconds, and then they will start shooting. They will only shoot at you, though. So you saw I quickly ran past. I got off the turret and ran past Jar Jar as soon as he was as soon as the droideka came out of the box. That was because they lock onto me. I can hide behind that wall, and they will shoot at the wall, and none of the bullets will go anywhere near him. If you're too slow, he's already moving. That thing's shooting at you. You have to shoot it until you disable its guns, and then you have to run. And you just have to improvise, right? So I'm going to show you a few different scenarios of that, because this was like a perfect scenario. But you can see him, he's just stood there shooting that. And then this is the end of the level here. And of course you split when it goes dark. But let's go. Let's just wait around a little bit more, because that was a good position of the droid. We'll wait a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we've waited enough. Okay, you see he's in a different place now. He's going to shoot Jar Jar straight away. Probably. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. But, okay, you see those guys back there? Okay, so it's all changed massively. It's all changed massively because Jar Jar got fucking miles. He went really far. Okay, so that would have actually been God tier right there. It took him, he got so far before he went down. But that's just to show, like, your different timing, you've got different cycles, and so on and so forth. But you just have to improvise there. I'm not going to show you this whole dialogue because it goes on for quite a bit. I'll just see you on the next level. Okay. Welcome to the 3rd level, Otoh Gunga. This level is a little bit glitchy. The bubbles are not very nice. The very beginning of this level, speed is the key. You want to quick save as soon as you gain control, because if you mess this up, you're going to have to restart the level. You may as well, and you want to load the quick save, because otherwise you have to watch the intro cutscene a little bit. It's not very long, but it's still time lost for no reason. The reason you need to do this is you need to kill a guard to get through the door. The other guards get angry and throw thermal detonators. If you know the PlayStation run of this, they work differently in this game. In this game, they're like tactical nukes. they can clear a whole room. If either Qui-Gon or Jar Jar gets hit by it, they will insta-die and you'll game over. So what you need to do is you need to cut in front of Jar Jar right at the beginning, making him say a line, meaning he's going to stop. Qui-Gon will stop with him, and then you do what you have to do. They will throw the thermal detonator. Your allies are far enough back. You will then go down in the lift and done. Okay? I will say now, when I'm running through a tunnel. When I say now, that is the final place you can do it. If he gets past that point, reload. Because if he's already at that point, you're already like in risky territory. Let's just say that. Okay. So, we quick save as soon as we gain control. And now we go in front of him and we cut him up. There we go. He said his line. Now. That's the last place. And we kill this guy here. Now we leg it. Push the button as quick as possible. A lot of this level is about lift optimization, lift button pushing optimization, and pushing and pulling optimization. It's a lot very movement based, this level. Right, so here we're going to have to take this wide. If you do not take it wide, one of the guards will 100% of the time blocks the tunnel and you will not be able to get past. So we take it wide like that. Now this guy, we are going to force push him out of the way. Bam. Now here, we're going to get infinite saber glitch again. It's just going to be convenient. So, whoop, there we go, we've got it. Now these guys, we can kill. So, we're going to jump over here. So, guards spawn differently. And we push the button as quick as possible. We'll put our saber away from this point on until I say otherwise. Guards spawn differently in this level. If you kill some, more will spawn. And we don't want to kill certain ones because they get guards to spawn in annoying areas. Okay, so these things here, I will fail this on purpose. Oh no, this is a nightmare. This is a point where reloading is 100% quicker than what you're doing. This should never be the case, but if you stand on here, if you take too long, they sink and you won't be able to carry on, right? That should never, ever, 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 ever be the case, okay? Because they take forever. Look at this, man. Look at this, man. Always reload. If for some reason it happens, reload. Right. We don't have to do the whole puzzle, though, because you can literally just jump onto here, jump across. Okay? Sometimes if you jump too aggressively from that final one, you'll hit the ceiling and then drop in. Don't worry about it. It just loses you a tiny little bit of time. It's not like you're going to fall in or anything or fall through the map. So this guy I like to push because he will talk to you on the lift, and it's not good. So we push the button. Now this guy down here, he runs around in a circle, and he will talk to you if you run past him. I like to force push him. You can force push through the closed door. So I always angle myself like this. However, he's a little bit cycle based, so if you've been slow, he'll be in a different spot, but we're fine. So here we just go back. Run past him. Because he will not talk to you if you've spoken to him. Okay, we push this. And we run up here. Now, there's going to be a guy guarding a door. We're gonna force push this man. And then we're going to kill him with the infinite saber glitch. The reason we force push him is he will talk to us. But he will only talk to us when we're close enough and he's already died. Locking us in a very weird and horrible camera angle, which makes the game near unplayable until you have a conversation. Unfortunately, the next conversation is near the very end of the level, so I would highly recommend always pushing. I mean, it's not going to kill your run if you somehow are really good in that camera mode, but it's not. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. So what we're going to do is just going to run along, push him, kill him, saber away. These guards are not allowed to die at any cost. Right, so this puzzle, we need to push these blocks in. So wait until that's gone all the way down, or it's going to shift the angle, which means you're going to have to do adjusting. Backflip off, go straight into pulling again. I've pulled it at a bad angle, it's fine. We can still do it from here, we're just going to have to drop. There we go. Backflip over, put it back the other way. This is the biggest time loss on this level, so you need to be very good at, like, optimizing this. Oh, come on. The problem is, also, I'm in a very if you see how janky this is moving, the camera will be moving a lot smoother for you. Because I'm at 16 FPS now. Oh my god. Okay, so this is going to be the last one I'm doing today. This is the last one I'm doing today. Okay, so we're pushing this. And then what you do here is you backflip onto this button. Jump up. Oh my god. I thought it had got worse. Right, we might have to refilm this. If I haven't refilmed it, well, now you see why you have to restart your PC. Okay, so we're pulling this here. I'm just going to show you the two versions of this because if you jump forward like this, it's very unreliable. You can exactly, there you go. You're not always able to grab the ledge, right? So what we're going to do instead is we're going to jump this way, and then you don't need to. We're going to force push this guy and kill him like that. Stand here, and it's going to go up. There you go. This is a very simple level. It's all about optimization. Be very careful on here. I've fallen through the floor a few times because I've like moved around when that's moving. So here we just push him. I forgot to have my saber out. Normally you kill him with a saber, but just get past him. He's very awkward. So here we're going to jump down. Now we put the saber away because Jar Jar will die from it. Like I said, allies will die from ISG. We say the bottom option here. Allies die from ISG, so it's a very good idea to always put your saber away, other than if it's Padme, when you're talking to him. When he says, this way to the bongo, you can go. It will open the final level bit. Oh my god, this is horrific with 16 FPS. This is horrific. Right, we're at the end of the level now, so don't worry. And we push the button. And that is Otoh Gunga. I will see you with better FPS at Gardens of Theed. Bye. Okay, so welcome to Gardens of Theed. We entirely skip this level. We jump along to a platform and onto a pillar which is meant to crumble, and through that we skip the entire level. So I'm going to show you it go wrong first. I'll show you what is meant to happen everywhere, but if you run a certain way, it doesn't. Also, this level has some RNG. So the tank, as soon as you gain control, the tank will fire a shot. You need it to destroy a plant pot. It can destroy it on the first shot, or it can destroy it on, like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7. I can't quite remember what my worst was. I think it was around 8. It might have been more though. I've been fairly lucky in recent times, so like the worst I've currently had is 6 that I can remember, but I know I've had worse than that before. I just can't remember. But so you've got to be prepared for a bit of RNG, but I'll show you each step. Okay, so once the dialogue's finished, first you'll see the tank shoot there. This one doesn't count. That can't hit it. Now, that one could have hit. So that would have been the first time. And that was the second time, you see? But if you stand anywhere here, you see that pillar has fallen. And that's what's meant to happen. Then you're meant to jump down here. Then you're meant to jump over here, and so on and so forth, right? The way we're going to do it, we're going to do it. If you run diagonally, like this way, there we go, okay? So always quick save here, never on top of the pillar. If you quick save on top of it, chances are you're going to get shot when you reload. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to stand up here and line it up roughly like this. If you jump too much this way, the pillar will break, okay? You need to line it up roughly like this. Like that's okay. There we go. You can quick save here. Never ever quick save up here. Never ever. Okay? So what you need to do is just jump up there normally and go. Okay? It's again one of the long jumps. Now, if the tank hits you midair... I messed up that jump. I'm purposely trying to mess up the timing so the tank hits me, but it's very hard to do once you've in the rhythm. You only ever do it by mistake. Right, and go. There we go. So there's certain things you can do, like if you know he's going to shoot, like if it's coming down to you this way, just jump up straight away quickly, and then you know you can jump. If not, you can just wait it out at the top here, right? Oh, press the wrong button. We want to go in. So like, I messed up the jump timing there, but you know what I mean, right? And then, or you can go up here, like you can dodge here infinitely. You know, you can just. It's also a good place to time the tank shots, and then you can just go across. Then all you have to do, jump onto this pillar, jump up and push, jump up here and push, and there we go. That's the level. Now, welcome to Escape from Theed. This is probably one of the hardest levels, technically, other than the final level. It's very non-stop, and it has large amounts of time loss, especially the second half of the level. But we'll go through each bit. So at the beginning here, you're going to want to run ahead of her and fight the two droids. If you run too far ahead of her to begin with, she won't follow you. I'll try and do that on purpose. It's kind of hard to run too fast for her, so it doesn't happen a lot. It's just something you have to be wary of, but we'll try it. We'll try and do it anyway. If not, we'll just carry on. I'll just say now when we get past the point. Yeah, so we'll do that bit, and then I'll tell you the next bit after that. But this is quite a long cutscene. It gives you a nice little break. Okay, and we're off. So, I think I did do it there. Yeah, so there I was too quick. What you need to do is you need to have her say that line. Okay, so if you cut the corners enough, you'll be too quick. So here we just have to pop this droid here. Then we jump down here. Now we pop this in here, right? So she can get stuck in these walls here, so you need to take this very wide. So first we backflip back to get to like there, so she'll move, and then you take that wide, so don't take it tight. Then we jump up here, swing our saber here to get ISG, and put it away, because we need to jump and grab hold of this ledge without killing that droid. Okay? Then we need to pick up this rocket launcher, put it away, because the rocket launcher makes you move slow. Jump up, come in here, push this button, grab this, go down here, kill this guy. Now we have to wait for her to come out. Speak to her, follow me. Do that. Run this way. You don't always have to kill that droid. Sometimes he's not there yet. So if he's not there yet, don't bother. Just come straight around this corner. Now we have to get these three. Cool. And we jump over here. Okay. You can quick save here. Basically, quick save whenever there's a place you can get ISG and there's not combat going on. Because this level is very ISG reliant. Okay, so then we kill this guy. Now we angle ourselves like at this angle here, because this gives you the most success. There's a droid behind this tank. We need to hit that droid. We don't really care about the tank. It just needs the explosion damage, the splash damage to hit that droid. And this is a good angle to do it. So here we just run straight forward. We can phase through the tank, don't worry about that, and push this button here. Then we go around here. And we kill these as quick as possible. Okay. Now we wait till the shooting stops and stand here, so Padme moves. If the shooting hasn't stopped yet, that means she might get hit and go down, which makes it very awkward. You can recover, but you are going to lose a ton of time, okay? Okay, so this is where the level becomes hard, technical wise. Okay? So what we need is our ISG out. We need to get the full health here. We need that. Grab this, grab this, grab this. We don't actually need that, so we'll just ignore that. That's just old habit. And we just run straight into this guy. And his shield pops. And we run forward. Now here, you've got to be careful not to fight him too much on the stairs. If he's too far down the stairs, you'll actually lose because he doesn't take damage when he's in the middle of the stairs. Okay, because his hitbox gets a bit funny. Then we grab this. Now, I'm going to fail this on purpose, okay? You want to line up here. Or you can fail, like, you'll fail it like that. There's birds, right? This is one of the biggest time losses, as you can see, like the loading time and everything. And you don't have ISG. I failed it on purpose. I failed it on purpose because I want to show you without ISG. Because with ISG, everything's easier. You just run and continue. So, but if you fail, the run isn't over, especially at the beginning. Just keep going. You want to be lined up roughly like this. On this line. And you want to jump diagonally and then turn to the left like this. Like that. Okay? This is one of the hardest jumps in the game. So let's go. There you go. You see? Right. So from this point, you can push this guy, you can not push him, it doesn't matter. It's not really important. What we do is we go down here. Go down here, push this. Okay. Do not bother wasting time getting ISG anywhere yet, okay? Do not bother. So this middle one takes 6 shots. And this one on the right takes 3. But I just spam it a bit. So you push that guy, chop this guy. Because you want him to not hit her. Okay? So this is the backup ISG spot. Here you quick save and then you swing and drop down, backflip up. And then you jump, and on the drop down, you push. You can stand still and do it, but it's not that reliable. Now here, you have to do this all in one fluid motion. It's time-based from this point on. So what we're going to do, when you get to these tiles, you turn around and get these 4. Right, now you pop 3 shots into this droid at the front because he's a pain. There we go. You go around there, you pop him. Pop him. Now you keep on going. So this is the bit that's gonna like kill your time in the speedrun. Because this isn't as easy as it looks. Especially that first part, that droid. There's lots of things that can go wrong. You can get Padme. If you do something slightly wrong, Padme will start running forward and go down. And the reason this is time-based is because if you don't do it correctly and quick enough, the droideka will spawn behind you and you basically soft-locked because everything's going to go wrong. You saw there I didn't have my infinite saber glitch away when I was talking to Padme. Padme's the only NPC in the game that can withstand it. Everyone else you have to be careful of. Like here, you have to put it away because you can kill Qui-Gon during this cutscene. But Padme is just immune to it, so you don't have to worry around her. And there we go. That is this level. It's actually one of my favorite levels. It's really fun, but it's very difficult compared to the others. But yeah, see you at the next level. Okay, and welcome to Mos Espa. Casually, one of the... Well, not one of... It is the best level in the game. It's such a good level. It used to be very boring in the speedrun. We've recently discovered some stuff that's made it more fun, and it's a lot quicker now as well. Okay, so the very beginning, it's very, very time-based. What you're meant to do is you're meant to escort Padme to Mos Espa. We're just going to run off. The problem being, if you leave her alone for too long, she's going to die, which is why it's time-based. So you have to go running as soon as the cutscene ends. As soon as the cutscene ends, you're off. Okay? Follow the exact route I'm taking as well. It's the safest route. So yeah, just follow this route. So no dilly-dallying here. No hanging around. No admiring the incredible sand graphics and rock graphics. Nah, none of that. We gotta go. We gotta go. No chatting with Panaka. like anyone would want to do that. He is known as the run killer. But either way, we get to play as Qui-Gon on this level as well, which is cool. Well, it's actually not cool because we lose a load of items because obviously each character has their own shared inventory. So here you want to like make sure you group up as much of them as you can and just run in this like, oh, we've taken a bit tight hit. Like there. That should be fine. When you see that green speeder, that means you can quick save because you are safe. Okay? That means you have gotten past the escort section and Padme's alive and you can just carry on without worrying. Okay. Now I'm going to explain some tech that is used a lot in this level, and especially at the end of the level is vital. If it's not done, you can't complete the level. It's called dialogue cancelling. Okay? So only one piece of dialogue can be running in this game at a time. So if a guy next to you is talking, the other person will not be able to talk until he's done his lines. We use this in multiple ways. So the first way we use it is on this is in the dialogue at the beginning. Is there's a guy which has this dialogue line, something about "you better stand back, mister, because I'm slashing all my prices." Right? It's a very long like sales speech. There's a woman a bit further away from him, which you pass by, who has a line about, "Now you look like a man who could wear a Rancor skin jacket." Time-wise, they are exactly the same length, except because she comes along earlier, you can get her to say her line, and then when you get to him, you can spam the talk button, and then you can talk to him straight away without him saying his dialogue. So that's one way we do it. The other way is this game soft locks you if you kill anyone. Anakin will refuse to help a murderer like you. However, in certain circumstances, I'll go into those when we get there, you can dialogue cancel him saying that and skip, and then if he hasn't said that line, you can still talk to him. So you can dialogue cancel past that line and then spam the talk and you can end the level. So it is vital that at the end of the level is important. Before that, it's just minor time save, but you need to be getting good at that for the end of the level. Otherwise, you're going to have a nightmare of a time. Okay. So I'm going to show you, actually. I'm going to show you both. So I'm going to take a really wide path here so he doesn't say it. Okay. That line there, that's Padme still walking through the escort section, okay? This is a very lucky piece of RNG because that is even quicker than the Rancor line, but we're going to waste it here. Okay, we're going to wait for it to end. Okay, so this man is going to say this, and you see, I cannot talk to him while he's saying his line. So what we're going to do instead, right, we're going to... We're going to run along, and now this woman here, she's going to say that. And now, there we go. So, you see what I mean? It's very, very minor. The thing is, it adds up though. It does add up, and you need to get good at it anyway. So just be doing it. It's not like it's not like it's hard to do. Right. Okay. So here the dialogue options are 1, 1, 4, or well, never mind the final option. Okay. So there's a thing called dialogue buffering. So the first one we're not going to because we need to do 1 and 1. So we hit enter here for this. Now, okay, it's 3. Thank you. So what we need to do is tell me how I can find Watto, which is 1. And then the next option we need is the very bottom one. So what I'm going to do is while he's saying his line, I'm going to hit the up arrow to like cycle round to the bottom. And then it's already on that. So we go do that. Then we hit the up arrow. And now we're going to be on the bottom option, you see? See? And that means we can just hit enter again. Because it takes a bit of time swapping through the dialogue in this game. It's not the quickest to respond. So it's good to set that up beforehand. Okay, so now we run this way. We need to go and open the door for later. We need to open this door because it makes a big shortcut for later on. So we're going to go into the bathhouse and open this door. The door is now unlocked. Okay? So now we're going to impress Shmi with our backflip skills, and we're going to get by. So first I'm going to show you what normally happens. Normally you have to go up to her, and she doesn't let you in unless you talk with her. It's only the top option each time, but it gets rather, there we go. So, now I'm going to show you the skip in 2 ways. The quick and easy way is you turn around and you just backflip. And you'll phase through her, and you dialogue buffer here, go to Nevermind, and run off. There is an even quicker way, though, that you can do this. And the way you do that is you go to here, go diagonal a bit. Now you go to here. Now you jump backwards and then turn, like once you hit the wall. So I'll do that again. So basically, I'll show you what I'm doing here like this. So basically, you just jump backwards. When you hit... Oh, come on, man. Okay, so what you do is you jump backwards. When you hit the wall, you turn while holding back. So you do like this motion. Okay, that's what you do. So you go line up with this line, go back a little bit, like that. There we go. Okay, so what we do now is we say only option 1s here on Anakin, no dialogue buffering needed. We just keep going. Now here we have to go slow to go fast, because Anakin has like a checkpoint system in this place. We need to hit them all when he's there, otherwise he will not move through this place. So that was the first checkpoint. No, once said that, now we can go. Now we wait up here. Now he's run towards us, it's fine. If you drop down before you see him running towards you, you go here for the follow me and run straight away. If you drop down before he says it, have fun, because you're going to have to run all the way back around, so you better hope you have a save. So, for Watto here, we need to say 1, 2, 1 are his dialogue options. He doesn't talk to you until after he's done that bloop noise, okay? So it's 1... 2, and then it's 1. Okay, I'm not going to push it yet though. So we need to dialogue cancel Anakin because he has a massive speech. We do not want that. So we wait in this place a little bit until Watto grunts. Okay, don't go running straight out. So we'll go over here, line up. He's grunted, run out and talk to Anakin. Okay, because Anakin has like a 3-line long speech about his special pod racer. So here we just go 1, 1, and 1. Okay, here's where Qui-Gon becomes a murderer. What we're going to do is we're going to pick up the grenade, which we need for the next level. Then we're going to run off. So, we're going to run around this way, and now we're going to go through the shortcut we made earlier, right? We made the shortcut by opening the door at the beginning of the level, if you remember. So, through we go. Now we got to talk to Jar Jar. Just the top line, and now we're off we go. So now we're going to start killing people for their stuff, which is where the game would softlock us. But because of dialogue cancelling, we won't. Hopefully. No, we won't. We won't. Right, so first we kill the slashing prices man. Stand here where I was, and that means you don't have to pick up the item. If you're not stood in the right spot, you just have to pick it up. It's just a little time optimization. Okay. So, quick save here. Do not quick save past this point. I'm going to show you why. So, if this Jawa has spoken... If this Jawa has spoken to... No, if this Jawa has shot any of them. If this Jawa has shot any of these 3, you softlock. So let's have a look. Has he? No, okay. I'm going to try and fail it. Okay, I've been trying for a while. I cannot fail it for some reason. I wish it was always like that. But if any of them get hit, Anakin will say a murderer line. But yeah, so what you do is you just bump Jar Jar, make him say his, like, whatever line he decides to say. It doesn't matter at all. Then spam E on Anakin beforehand, like I was doing there. And then you get there, and now you can say the final line. Okay, so welcome to the most inconsistent and infuriating level in the game. You may have heard me mention that we've changed Mos Espa, the previous level. In doing so, we've missed out on an item, the blaster rifle, making the end of this level an absolute nightmare. The final boss on this level, we need to kill him with the grenades, because you can't melee him. If you melee him, he gets a shield. We have to kill him with the grenades, and there's an invisible wall. We are not sure what triggers it yet. If you find out, you will be the most beloved member of the Phantom Menace community at the moment. But yeah, we don't know what causes it. If the invisible wall is not there, the final boss is the easiest boss ever. You just throw 5 grenades. If the invisible wall is there, it's going to eat a grenade and then disappear, meaning you can throw 4 of them. But then you have to reflect bullets at him, which is extremely inconsistent, and you can die a lot, and it's extremely difficult. I'm going to show you some backup grenades, meaning you have 10, which means you can always do the grenade strat. It is around between 10 to 15 seconds slower though, but it does guarantee it for you. But there are some other things we have to do first. First one being fight the first boss. So let's go. You need to buy 2 drinks in this game, Jury Juice, and the bartender is on a cycle that begins right now at the beginning of the level. So time is of the essence until you have Jury Juice. I mean, it's always of the essence. This is a speed run, but so here we go. 3, 1, and then the very bottom one. There we go. But yeah, so it's very important, because otherwise you're just going to lose a ton of time. Because if he's on a bad cycle, you're going to have to wait ages for him. Because you can only talk to him in one spot. Right, so you have to wait here, otherwise she's not going to say her line. She's not going to say that. And off we go. She's going to open the door for us. Now, this boss, we have to just swing our saber at. That's all we have to do. Swing the saber, swing the saber, swing the saber. That's all we have to do. But first, we need to go into this dialogue. So here, we go option 2 both times. You cannot dialogue buffer on the previous line. So you can't do it here, you have to do it here. It always has to be done on the last line of the person talking. Because you're not actually talking to Jabba, right? You're talking to the protocol droid. So you can't buffer on his lines. So just the English lines, not the Huttese or whatever he's speaking. Right. So for this boss, what you need to do is you need to line yourself up like this. You need to keep him in the spikes. Then you hold down the mouse and just hold forward. But you don't want to go into the spikes yourself, because otherwise you have to back off and he's going to escape now. You see? So this would count as a fail. You need to be out with enough to be at full health, really, if you want to take the risky strat. If you're not going for the backup grenades, you need to be getting out of here with above 75, because there's a small health pack that we get, which gives you 25 health, and you need to be at full health. You don't want to be at 75, because there is a bounty hunter stood outside, and he will shoot you. So you need to be a bit above 75 is what you want to be at. So let's go again, and this time we will not go into the spikes. There we go. This is it's very difficult to get the timing right. This is just a feel thing. This is probably my weakest boss as well. There we go. So we're gonna run off through the door, and this is the bounty hunter we got to be careful about. You see? He did 8 damage. Now we're going to kill Teamto. The reason we kill Teamto is because he will dialogue cancel us. He's going to say a line, which means we can't talk to the bartender. Okay, so that guy, I said that in the wrong order there. You meant to go 2 and 1. Both work, but 2 and 1 is quicker. So here you need to spam talk. Whatever your interact key is, you need to spam it, because this guy can just run past you as well. So the best cycle is obviously he comes from the left, bounces on that short wall, and then you get him both times. That's the best cycle. If you get him coming down first, that means you're on a bad cycle because he has to go all the way into that corner and then come back. But anyway, so this is the health I was talking about. You give this drink to him. You go and talk to him. There, he'll cancel his dialogue with you every single time, so don't bother hitting enter until the second time that pings up. And up we go here, and we wait for him to run ahead. It's better to go a little bit slower here, because if you accidentally bump him, you have to wait for him to open the door. Or he will block the doorway, which is even worse, because then you have to back off. There we go. Now you can just jump over him there, and go. So, there's multiple combinations you can do here. The one that we all do currently, until proven that there's a quicker way, is 1. And then 2. And then 2 again. One. And then 1. Okay. So here you need to like get up to this point here, jump up here, and then just take a step off. If you land anywhere else, you'll die. You have to land in that square. So now we jump over here. And now this is where we are almost at the end of the level, and we're almost at the biggest break of the run, which is the pod race cutscene. So, the backup grenades are right here. So what the backup grenades you do, you go down here, you push this out of the way, and there they are. Okay, that's the backup grenades. But we're going to do it without the backup grenades. We're going to do it without the backup grenades, but... So that it's not much of a detour, you'll see, but yeah, those are the backup. So now here, we go up here. That's a shame, we're going to have to get the extra health as well. Jump up here, jump up here. Now we push this away. So I'm going to get the extra health here. I'm going to get the backup health because I need it. There we go. Okay, so what we do is we just jump up here, aim at him, and throw. You see I got the invisible wall. That's what I mean by the invisible wall. And reflecting is super inconsistent. We should be fine. Okay, we're fine. And then we pick this up, and we go. Okay? So that, you see what I mean? Like, you need full health. You have no control over where those bullets get reflected to. So sometimes it just kills your run. Right, I'm gonna try and get the invisible wall. So no, to not get the invisible wall, to show you how that works. But because it's random, I'm just gonna cut to it. So be right back. I'll just show you the end of the level. It's really easy. There's nothing left. It's just one jump. If you time your jump perfectly, you can get onto the wall and just step down. If not, you just have to jump the wall. And that's the end of this level. So I'll see you on the next level. Okay, and welcome to the final Qui-Gon level and the final Tatooine level. This level only really has big time save at the beginning. Afterwards, it's all protecting a timed segment. You can lose time, but you can't gain time. So the first half we have to run and skip a cutscene trigger, which is where the time save comes from. And then the second part, the hyperdrive is being delivered to the ship, and what you need to do is you need to basically just stop Maul from killing anyone or hitting the hyperdrive. If he kills someone, obviously game over, but if he hits the hyperdrive, it just slows down. Like, they stop moving for a second. So that's what I mean by you've only got time loss. You can't make it go any quicker. It will move at the same time every single time unless he gets hit. So yeah, so I will show you multiple versions. Okay, I will show you a perfect skip, I will show you a half okay skip, and I'll show you the complete failure. The complete failure, I'm going to do it the normal way. I'm not even going to try and like mess it up because there's no point. I may as well just go for the run. Okay. Okay, so the first one, I'm just going to show you what happens if it goes completely wrong. Okay, so we're going to fail the cutscene first. There we go. And as you can see, we've now got this wall in front of us. We can't get past. We have to fight more, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so now we're going to do the failed it, but not quite. Let's just try. I may not have done that perfectly. This one's the hard one to get. It happens accidentally most of the time. You don't ever want to go for this. Yeah, okay. I failed that one a little bit. Too bad. Okay. So, here we're going for the half-failed one. It's going to be the most awkward one for me to set up, because this one happens accidentally normally. There we go. You see, it's fallen with me inside the rocks. Which means I can, like, clip through them still. So, the time loss is still of getting the cutscene, but I can still get through, okay? But what you really want to do is you want to, like, just line yourself up when you're good. You don't need to line yourself up like that and just run through like that. It's this section here. Oh, but you get what I mean. We'll do it super slow. We'll do it super slow. So it's this like little bit here. So I like to turn against this wall because then you need to do it quickly as well, not hang around. But I like to like turn a bit into that wall so I don't accidentally like veer off that path. I'll show it to you in like a fluid motion. So there we go. See? Okay, so this section here, just keep them all engaged. This is the bit I'm on about. You just have to, it's time-based. There's nothing you can do here. Don't die, obviously, but, like, you can flip his attacks. You can just, like, if you don't keep him engaged, he will go and run for them. He will go and run at them and, like, one-shot them. So, there's a health pack there as well, when your health gets bad. When your health gets low, just do that. No, just, like, stand down wherever you want. It doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do to speed it up. Just stop him from hitting it. And that is the last Tatooine level, and I shall see you on Coruscant. Okay, so welcome to Coruscant. This level highly relies on one thing right at the beginning. We do not want Padme to follow us. We want her to glitch into a wall and disappear. In this level, there's two Padmes. There's Padme 1, which we have here. Then, if you do a normal playthrough, she will get kidnapped. At which point we have to go rescue her and get Padme 2. We skip the whole kidnapping section. If we do not manage to get her glitched into a wall, she'll be saying her dialogue lines the entire run. And using the dialogue cancelling, which we used in our favour on Mos Espa, it will actually be to our detriment here. The final cutscene will take far longer because no one can talk over each other. So most of the time save on this level relies on getting rid of Padme. The rest of this level is fairly easy. Okay, so now we got that out of the way. Here we're going to go and attack a hover cannon, and we are going to let Padme take the tank. We're going to let her tank the shots because our health is more important than hers, because this is Padme 1, and if all goes well, she's not going to be there. I'm going to show you the wrong way first, but not this bit. But for the despawning, I'm going to show you the wrong way first, and then I'll show you the correct way. Right. Okay. So you need to loop around here as you get the trigger, right? And then you back off. You let them both tank. You need to be careful with your shots here. You need to be careful with your shots here. And now you kill these guys over here. He didn't run, he just stood in the spot. It's fine. Okay, so we got a little bit here. We got 77, that's fine. What we want is above 75 makes it safe, but like the better you get, the more you play, the more risk you can take. You can do it with like 50 shots. You need this gun for the final boss, which is why. Okay, so here we're gonna swap to this gun here, our single shot blaster, like the one which doesn't bounce. And here I'm gonna fail this on purpose. This is where the despawning is. So the reason we want the single shot blaster is because if we shoot this one, you see it bounces off the counter. So you run up to him here and you just shoot him there. You see she's there. And then if you fail the despawn and she is here, you need to kill this guy here. You need to kill this hopper cannon. Because otherwise she's gonna die and you're gonna game over. And then you jump down here. Then you do this the same, okay? So I'm going to show you this, like the full way here with the bad version. You see she's saying, she's just talking, right? She's just talking. This is the thing that's going to ruin the end of the level for you. So I'm going to show you the full way you go here. There you go. That line there, that more hover cannons will be coming, is that's what's going to be cutting in the entire time. Okay, they'll be coming back soon as well. She'll be saying that the entire run. You just keep having that pop up. It's a nightmare. Okay, and then that's this section. Now to the good version, the one where you do it correctly. Okay, so what you're going to want to do here, you're going to want to run forward, open the door, and then go back and bump her so she says her line. And then you want to take this line here. You want to be against this wall as tight as possible, but no stopping, no stopping. If you get caught on any of the geometry, she's going to be there. And then you run along this wall, and then you kill him, okay? Alright, so let's go. So open the door, bump her there to say her line, run tight along this wall. I did stop there for a second, but I think it should be fine. And then down here, and she's not here, you see? Always quick save before you drop down, because sometimes she's like delayed, and if you're down here, you're not going to be able to go up to kill the hover cannon in time. You're not going to be able to get up in time. See? See? Exactly this. She was delayed there. She wasn't in the wall. I can't get back up before she dies. So always quick save before you jump down. Okay, now let's do it properly. Right, okay. See, this time she hasn't come along. And now there's not going to be any hover cannon dialogue, none of that. And that's how you do it. Okay, so here you want to zigzag, because pushing a straight line is really awkward and you probably aren't going to manage it. So you want to always face away. Now it's gone off there, so now we turn this way. You want to make sure it will never ever like catch on one of these corners. You do little turns there, you just do little zigzag. I exaggerated them there. You can do them quicker than that. I just like made sure it was obvious, you know. Right, so normally there is a death wall here. The death wall, quick save here. The death wall stops you from abandoning Padme. See? But if you go along this side wall here, huh? But if you go along the side wall here, you will see that you can just, like, if you run along this wall. I always jump because you can, that wall's sloped, meaning if you've taken it too tight, it will slip you to the right place. And then we go up here, and now it's just like movement based from this point on, until the final boss, which is a bit like There's a bit of skill involved with him, but this is a fairly safe level. It's the calm before the storm of the next two. The levels of pure time loss. Right. So now we go down here. There's a lot of lifts as well. Okay, so now we need to only kill this man here, the yellow knife man, and the barrier will go down. The rest are irrelevant. We don't need to worry about the others. So down here we're gonna have to dodge homeless people. They will talk to you, and they have quite a big area where they will talk to you. So you need to be like never looking at them, and yeah, just like avoiding them at all costs. So we run around this way and push this one here. Be on this side because there is a homeless man on the left side. Ooh. There's a homeless man on the left side, like the complete opposite side of where I am. There you go, you can see him there. Run round him, push this. Now here, if you're quick, right, we will be slow on purpose, okay? You have to go here and you have to push this, right? And then you can go. But now, where I've saved, I think I've now made it very awkward, but we'll try. Okay, now, if you're quick, you can make it, you see? And then you don't have to push the other button. It's normally easier than that. It's just because when you quick save on there, it takes a second before you, like, the game, like, cycles start before you gain control. So the timing was, I'd made that harder for myself, quick saving there. But it is easier than that. It's not easy, but it's easier than what it looked like there. Okay, so here you want to run this way and quickly turn this way because that man will talk to you a lot. He's the most frequent one to talk to you. Jump up here. Grab the key card, push this button. Go here, pre-fire like this because this gun's actually pretty good at the height change. The other blasters, they're really slow to adjust the height. That gun's very quick at doing it. So yeah. Bump this. Wait for Padme. The second it starts going down and there's a little bit of ledge, just run against it because then you'll just pop through as soon as it's done. Now here's the puzzle. It's very bad. So it's bottom right, bottom left. It doesn't make sense, this puzzle. If you don't know it, it's near impossible. Top right times 2. Top left. Then top right. Then bottom left. Top right. And there we go. You can soft lock yourself in multiple different ways if that's going wrong. It's an absolute nightmare. It's terrible. It's an absolute nightmare. Okay, so here the password is Coruscant as lovely sunset, so it's 2. So pre-buffer to 2. There you go. Okay, so this is the boss. You just need to kite him, really. He's got semi-consistent movement patterns depending on how you move, but you're just going to have to, like, figure this one out yourself. You're just going to have to learn how to kite him well. Just stay away from the pillars. Those pillars can really mess you up. If you're new, and you're scared of dying to those pillars, you can actually destroy all of those pillars without triggering him. So you can just go and blow them up beforehand. It's a bit slower, but there we go. So now we have to ride this up. The level's actually done. There's just, for some reason, this is a cutscene, right? And then you have like a tiny little run to the next cutscene. I don't know why they didn't just make it one cutscene, or why they didn't make it closer, but it is what it is. And yeah, so this is the level, and this is the level that the dialogue will be ruining. But yeah, so I will see you on the next level. Bye. Okay, and welcome to Assault on Theed, the penultimate level. So this level is actually the reverse of Escape from Theed. It's the exact same map, just a reverse. So this is one of the biggest changes on the route since the last tutorial. The final battle has the biggest change. But this level we skip all of Padme's second phase and Obi-Wan's second phase. So it's only the first two. Panaka will still ruin your runs, but it's not as bad as it used to be because he has the worst AI. But anyway, at the beginning, you need to run as soon as you gain control. Because if you hold up any of these NPCs, you will die in this cutscene. Because this is not a scripted cutscene. They just made the AI all run into a room together. And if that one guy does not kill those two droids, Panaka will probably die. Okay, so first we hit 1 to get our zappy gun out. And now we go and zap this far right droid. This one. He needs to be zapped. The reason we need to zap him is because he will come into this room while you're talking to this guy. And he will shoot him. Meaning you do not get the gun that we need. So that's the reason he has to go. Okay, so it's just 1 and 1 here, options-wise. Nothing special. Right, now we swap to our blaster, because now we actually have a weapon. Now we wait for Panaka. So where Panaka goes down here is, like, entirely up to his AI. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's bad. That's what I mean, he can still mess you up. Nowhere near as bad as before, but... So here, I like to shoot this guy so he comes off the bridge a little bit. He'll come forward to you a bit, but you get the health. Only at the top of the stairs can you fall down. The rest of it, there's an invisible wall. And now you just kill him. Panaka's killed everyone. Make sure Panaka's killed all the droids. If he has not killed all the droids, he will die. So you need to turn around and babysit him. If you can still hear shooting at this point, go and help him. Because you can't do anything. Yeah. Your run will die. I've had infuriating moments on god tier runs where I forgot to do that. So now here you just need to make sure you kill all of these. Because there's 3 of them. That's the third one. The order of which they show up is random. Same with the droids. Sometimes if you're too quick, there'll still be 2 droids that haven't come around. You need to make sure to kill them before you come over here. Because here you need to shoot once and bam. If you shoot at that time, you need to feel out that timing yourself. It's very hard to explain, but you need to feel it out. If you shoot at that time, it won't have a shield. So here you have to push these blocks because they will make more moves. You'll run to them to try and throw. Okay, so we're going to try and get all of them each time. So there's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Qui-Gon's been pushed back real bad, but he's still there, so that means we can go again. There's 4. Okay, so now he's moved. So now we go for 1, 2, 3, 4. This was a very slow but perfect maul. Right, I'm going to show you what happens if you don't do this, okay? You run along here. It transitions to Padme's next phase. However, you need to be ahead of Qui-Gon for this. Or you have to wait for Qui-Gon to be in a spot. Like, you can do it from him being in a spot as well. If he's already here, you can make it. Right? Or you need to be in front. If you're going at the same time as Qui-Gon, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. So you need to be in front as well. And you just shoot while running past. It cancels the scene transition. And then you jump onto the end level trigger. There we go. And that was that level. Okay, and welcome to the final level, known as the final battle. So there's one very important thing on this level for speed. Everything kind of hinges on it. The way it works is there's different phases. So it goes Padme 1, Obi-Wan 1, Padme 2, Obi-Wan 2, Padme 3, Obi-Wan 3, end of the level, right? In the Obi-Wan phases, there are some lifts, and they are on cycles. The cycle begins at the beginning of Padme 1. The second you start the level, the cycle has begun, and they are consistent throughout. Meaning, originally, we had a setup for a guaranteed perfect cycle all the way through. However, once we've found a big skip, we have to find it again, and so on and so forth. The current perfect cycle strat is extremely risky. The lifts, you lose about 30 seconds on average if you do not have a good cycle per lift. So it's worth going for as many as you feel comfortable for. However, you can tank your time hard by doing this. So I'm going to show the full risky version and the full not risky version. You can mix and match at any point though. You can give up the good, well actually that's not true. Okay, you have to start with the risky one. But if you decide after 2 lifts you want to take it safe on the last one, fine. You take the last Padme section safe, you get the slow cycle on the last one. You don't have to, if you do the first risky strat, you do not have to do all of them, okay? So, I will show you the very first bit, which will be the same for both. And then I'm going to show, then it's going to split into 2 sections where I'm going to show you the easy one and the harder version. Now, I do want to point out, this block pushing at this first section that I'm doing, if you do that too slow, you are going to be you're going to be off for the first. You won't be able to do the health because there's a backup health if you do the first bit fast on, but I'll explain it when we get to it. But bear in mind, if you've tried to recreate what I've done and the lift cycle's still off, it means this first section was a bit too slow with the block pushing. But okay, so what we need to do first though is wait for this cutscene to end, and then we're going to kill an astromech because he's going to block a box that we're pushing, and 2 droids while trying to stay full health. So we've missed the astromech. We just have to deal with it. We don't have time to turn around and shoot him. We get our rocket launcher out from the previous level and shoot that into this room. That'll kill these droids. Now you want to pull the box around that because otherwise it'll get stuck. If you do get shot, you can't use that health there because the rocket breaks it. There is one in the next room we're going into though. So now I've got to move quick. Panaka has a massive hitbox here. So you want to go super wide around him. This should be fine. Yeah, this is fine. So this is the droid that will get in the way, but if you're quick, it won't. So we should be fine. Because he normally will, if we're too slow, he's going to go and bump into the side of it, causing us big issues. But we were quick enough anyway, so it's fine. Right, so we jump up here. Now, you want to go like this. Just to see where you are, because sometimes you can't see yourself. Run along this way and drop down. There's a health in the corner there if you need it. So here, speed is the entire thing here. You run around here, push this. I'm going to get the health just to show you where it is. Because I'm confident I'm quick enough to get the cycle even with the backup health. Oh, cool. Or maybe not. Maybe that just cost me, but we'll see. Okay, we run to there. Push that. Grab this. Padme sections are always just frantically running because you're ill-equipped to fight anyone. Okay, so now we just jump up here. We jump round here. Oh. My bad. It's been a very long time since I failed that, but okay. So we just jump round there and we grab the key card. We're going to take 10 health, 10 damage falling though. So remember that. Account for that when you're like deciding if you're going for the backup health or not. You always have to subtract 10. So we've gone too slow here. As far as I'm aware. We might just be able to make it, but this is going to be risky strats. Okay, this is going to be risky strats. Okay, so we've just about made it. It's going to be a bit risky. So risky, you drop down here. Get across quickly. Go. We're too slow here. Yeah. Okay, so this is the risky jump. I was too slow before, so I'm just going to show you when I get it. We've got this is the newest discovered strat, to be honest, to get the perfect cycle. So it's the least practiced. It's also currently the biggest time loss of the run for all runners, and it's the most consistently failed strat for all runners, just because we just haven't had the time to like fully practice it yet and get it perfect. But okay, here we go. So what you want to do is you want to drop down early because you can get this. And there we go. So that's risky, okay? The safe version you'll see later. Now, when we get up here, okay, I need to keep hitting escape when I explain because there's lift cycles in play here. We can't be faffing around. So what we do here is we just jump straight through this hangar door. Everyone has their own strat. I'm going to show you mine. Mine is like, let's go stand back a bit so I can show you without dying. So I like to jump into it like in this angle, and I like to turn instantly like that. So like that sort of motion. Like that. That's the way I kind of do it. Everyone, you have to do that turn motion, but like your setup is different. Everyone's setup is different, so like that, you know. That's how I do it. It is practice, you know. It's 100% practice for this. You're gonna have to find your own setup. It's a jump and a turn. We all have our own different techniques how we do it though, so yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's go. So we push this one here. So I'm going to show it to you slowly, and then I'm going to reload because I quick saved there. You line yourself up roughly like this, and you just spam backflip in a straight line, and you'll get through. If you misalign yourself, do not keep trying to do it. Go forward again and set up and go again. Otherwise, you're going to kill yourself on there. And if you die on here, like let's just mess it up on purpose. Let's just go, oi. Oh no. You see? So this animation, I can't reload until that happened there. Massive time loss. Always back off and try again, or reload before you die. Okay? Okay, let's go. So, this was Obi-Wan 2. We skipped, by going over the wall, we actually skipped Obi-Wan 1. We went straight to Padme 2. So that's how that happened. So on Padme 2, no, Padme 3, we just run like this. We just run. Just run, dodge everything as much as you can. Okay, so I've got hit, so I'm not going to probably be able to get the perfect cycle here, but we'll try anyway. Kill these. Okay, so the reason we swapped to the zappy gun there is because it's got a faster fire rate, and these enemies are some of the few enemies that actually die to it. Normally they just wander around getting electrocuted for a bit, and then they fall over. These ones actually instantly die, so we rocket those other two because they don't have that property. They will just walk around for ages, wasting time. So we rocket, kill those two in one shot. Then we swap to the zappy gun, and we shoot those two really quickly. At which point we got dialogue cancelled. We're 100% not getting it because we got double dialogue cancelled. We're not getting a good lift cycle. But this is the strat to get the good lift cycle. Okay, so now we just kill these ones with the grenades. Wait for him to say I surrender. And now we're on to Obi-Wan. You see, we just missed it. We just missed the perfect cycle. If I hadn't been dialogue cancelled there, that would have been the perfect cycle. Okay? So I will now go and cut to the safe version. Okay, and welcome to the safe version. So, if you lost health, that's where the health pickup is, just there where I walked into. So the safe version starts off exactly the same. And you may as well still try and go for the good lift cycle for the first one, because this is... Because you can, if you're quick enough, you can get the health as well, you know? You don't need to, like, you can get the backup health even on a quick, on the risky strat, so there's no reason to not go for this one, you know. This one isn't actually risky. I mean, it's a little bit difficult at the beginning, but it's not actually risky. Okay, so then we'll get this. Got the key. Always quick save here, because if you fall here, like this, right? What that means is you have to run up the stairs and you're guaranteed to fail the lift cycle. So it's worth reload. If you are sure that you've been quick up until that point, it's worth reloading. If you think you've already missed a cycle, don't bother reload. But if you are sure that you were still on the cycle, reload, because a reload is quicker than missing the lift cycle. So okay, so we jump across. Okay, so we did make it. You see, we can always make that one. So now on this one, we're going to take it safe, because the reason this bit's risky is because if you drop, you don't see where Obi-Wan is stood, so you just take your time and line it up like that. There we go. So the reason we do that on the safe strat is because dropping down, your character will roll, and this is why it's slow, right? Because you have to wait for this now. But yeah, so riding the lift down all the way stops the risk of you rolling off the edge, because if you drop a bit too early, you're going to roll off the edge, losing time with your reload. Then, when you are on the bottom donut, you can't see yourself when you make the jump, making it very hard unless you like know what you're doing. Which is why this is a lot safer. It's 100% guaranteed this here, you know, but it's just like, well, not 100%, but you know what I mean. You can do this one risk-free, but it's just slower. But this one, I mean, you can mix and match up until this point. If you don't want to go for this, if you want to go for the first one, fine. So here, we go for the jump, as always. This bit stays the same. It's just the Padme section. It's just two minor differences that cause the change. But they're really risky. To put it into perspective, I was 1 minute 20 ahead on Coruscant. I lost about 20 seconds on Assault on Theed, and I ended up at plus 2 minutes. So I lost like 2 minutes something or other, like 2 minutes 40. I lost roughly 3 minutes in the last 2 levels, but only 20 seconds was from the around 20 seconds was from the previous level, just because the risky strats I kept messing them up. So they it may not seem it in the video, but they have the chance to utterly annihilate your run. But I wouldn't recommend doing them at the beginning. At the beginning, I would recommend these ones, this route I'm doing now. Then once you're going for a sub 50 time, go for them. But until you're going for a sub 50 time, you're just going to be killing too many of your runs, and it's going to, like, I don't know about other people, but for me that's demotivating when all your runs die when you're starting out. So yeah, you have to gauge it yourself, but I wouldn't recommend them for if you're learning the run. Right, so here we do the normal thing. The difference being, here we're going to get the health pack. Although we may still be able to get the cycle, because we did this very, very well. This went very, very cleanly, so we may still actually be able to get it, even though we didn't. So that's that health there. Where are these guys? Nah, I don't think we have got it. The grenade's out. Talk to him. Oh, he keeps cancelling me today. What's going on? I hope this isn't becoming a new pattern for me. Every time I make one of these tutorials, some weird thing happens, and then it happens to me always. And it takes me so long before it stops happening again. I'm hoping this isn't one of them. Hey, look at my health, 66. Okay. Can we make it? No. No, we can't make it. Okay. We'll wait. We'll wait. Okay, so never ever jump on this lift as it's going up. It's harder to jump onto it as it's going up. You're more likely to fail it. It's an easy jump, but in the heat of the moment, you're more likely to fail it. Because if you're stood here waiting for it, it either means you're just doing the slow route, but if you're doing the quick route, you've messed up. So you're frustrated. You always go on it on down, because on the down it's easier to get. Unless you just run off the edge like an idiot. There we go. Then we drop off here. And now we're about to do the final Maul fight, and that's it. So, if you're quick enough here with your setting up and doing a jump, the laser doors, or the laser gates or whatever, the red lasers, you can like get a perfect just run through to the cutscene. Otherwise you have to wait, but it's fine. So you run along here, and Darth Maul, we just push him down the hole. We just push him down the hole. Just spam force push. That's all we do here. Okay. And the final split is when you lose control of Obi-Wan. There. That's the final split. When it goes, for recording purposes and run submission, you need to get through the entire credits. So no, the credits are unskippable. You could normally like reload here if it's a dead run. If it's a dead run, I highly recommend reloading here, because waiting for the credits means you've just wasted like 5 minutes before. Well, it's not really 5, but it feels like 5 minutes. When you could have got straight back into the run. But if you've got a PB, you have to sit through this. You have to sit through this. So I will show you what screen you have to get to, but it's going to cut to it. I'm not going to make you sit through the entire credits. Okay, so this is the screen that you need at the end. Don't worry about these times. They're very inaccurate. It's why we run by real time, not in game time. So when you submit your run, you don't need to put this time. But you do need to show the screen at the end. It needs to be in the video. But yeah, that was it for the entire speedrun, actually. So yeah, hopefully it helps anyone looking to learn this run. Also, if you have any questions, you go to the Phantom Menace channel of the Star Wars Speedrun Discord, which will be linked below. I'll try and answer them as soon as I can. Obviously, I don't stream / speedrun full time. I do have a job, etc., a life. So it may not be an instant reply, but I will reply. As soon as I get the time, I will reply and try and help out. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, welcome to the final battle out of bounds tutorial. It's fairly easy once you've practiced it, once you know the route, because as you can see when you're up here, it's just darkness everywhere. So the way to learn the route is as follows. Hit backspace, type in perf. You can now see tiles. You need to stick to the squares that are next to the wall. You cannot go further or you fall into things, okay? So, let's go back round because this wasn't too bad. So you need to stick to these squares here that lead this way, you see? So when we get to here, we want to walk diagonally onto this tile here. So we're on here, cool. And now we just keep on walking. Walking. You see this room on the right here with the 2 spinning guns and the health? That's the one we want to go into. So we just keep walking, walk a little bit more, cross into it, and there we go, okay? So that's the way to practice it. Okay. Then do this properly. You can just run it, right? You can just run it. but then it's very hard to see where you are. And this version does not lose you any time, and it just makes it easier to see where you are. Okay? There we go. And that's how you do that trick. Hello, and welcome to the Infinite Saber Glitch tutorial. Your Infinite Saber Glitch, you can see here, I do not have it. Now you can see I have it. I have a trail behind myself. It permanently activates my hitbox. So if I run into someone, let's just go and do that quick. They just die without me swinging my saber, okay? Now the issue is this. I'm going to quick save here. If I reload this quick save, I no longer have it. If I have it and I swing my saber, I no longer have it. Also, when the level ends, I don't have it anymore. So, you need to learn to be able to pick these up on the fly. There are given spots that we have in the route where we do it, always. But there are situations where you will mess up, you have to reload, and you don't have it anymore. And it is often required for certain parts of levels. So, you need to get good. So you need to practice it. A block like this is very good for practicing because it's a nice height. But you can do it off any ledge, okay? So, the way it works is you need to swing and you need to fall off the ledge mid-swing, and you need to hit the floor before it properly completes. So just, it's really, like, it's going to be hard for me to fail it, but like, nah, it's going to be super hard for me to fail it because it's really easy once you've got it. Like, it's really, really easy once you've got, like, when you've got it down. So let's see. Okay. This is what I mean. I'm not going to be able to fail it, but okay. So you can also do it really quick. So like, you could just be like, get up. Oh, there we go. Got it. Like, oh, I got it again. So yeah, you just need to swing and walk off. Swing and walk off. If you can maintain your ISG every single time, because every time you're swinging, you're cancelling it, right? So that means if you constantly got it, that means you're succeeding every single time. But yeah, just do some practice like this, and you should be fine with your ISG. But I know if... Oh, there we go. See, that time I failed it. That time I failed it. Now I don't have it. There we go. But, there we go. So, once you've, like, been practicing on a block like this, start finding other geometry and try and get it. Of course, there is no geometry whatsoever here right now. Ah, here we go. We got, like, this. Got it off that. There we go. Oh, we can't go any further. Okay, but like, this one's fairly easy as well. I'm in a bad place to find like a tricky place. But jump off any ledge, try and get it. It may save your run.